There?
Oh yeah, it's another one of those leads from Remax.
It just comes right over your phone? Or?
Yeah, it's called Lead Street. So far, they've generated over 6 million leads.
6 million. Wow. I suppose a pretty heavy referral fee comes along with that luxury, huh?
No, it's referral fee free. Just have to accept this real quick.
Okay. Now, there are 3 different beans in this salad, each one amazing. They come together, magic.
You don't know where to start. It's so good.
Right? Where do you start? Right?
Oh.
Okay. Here's the client's information.
Uh-huh.
Coming down from Jersey, 350, 400,000.
Ooh.
Oh, they're coming down this weekend.
Oh.
You know what? I got to go. I got to run back to the office and pull some comps. But I like this. Like all this. Keep it up.
Do you want this to go?
Say, hey, come back when you're done. We got the bouncy castle till like 4.
Us against the world. What we were attempting to do was pay the nation's top producers better. That put me on the hate list of every other real estate company.
The brokers did not like the idea of making the agents the heroes of the organization.
We figured that the agent was doing all the work and taking most of the risk, and yet only getting half of the compensation.
The high commission split was a big part of what we had going for us in the beginning. The advantage of that was that you would attract the full-time, experienced producers in the business.
Remax was an agent-centric company right from the get-go.
Remax has always been that pioneer. We basically taught agents how to promote themselves.
It was revolutionary. It was different than the way real estate had ever been done in the past.
The first month, I took over 1,000 phone calls, 204 face-to-face interviews, and 4 people signed up. You kiss a lot of frogs before you find a prince. And they call me Wart Lips.
I remember going to sell my first franchise, and this gentleman looked at me and he said, "Son, that's the stupidest thing I ever heard of."
And the whole industry was knocking us and telling us that we were nothing but a bunch of cowboys and yahoos. And we went to the Colorado Association of Realtors convention, and so we passed out red, white, and blue pens, and it said 100% in the center. I up mine, now up yours.
We weren't liked very well, let's just put it that way. But we became respected because of the fact that the numbers that we were doing, the quality of the agent, the integrity of the agents that we were bringing on. We evolved, and what happened was we coalesced around one image.
We had 2 owners of the Remax franchise in Albuquerque, and the Albuquerque Balloon Festival was just taking off.
So they wanted to do a Remax balloon. At the same time, regional owners had a meeting in Chicago, and we looked up at the TV, and there's the Remax balloon.
Nobody wanted it as a logo. It was just, isn't that cute, our balloon's up in the air?
We hated that balloon. We said, what in the world does a balloon have to do with real estate? And we were proven wrong about that because we had a slogan said above the crowd. And it perfectly described not only the balloon, but our agents. We had the top people in the industry.
We took a kind of a silly little symbol and turned it into this massive icon of what professional real estate is supposed to be about.
The early days of the company were fraught with a lot of financial difficulties.
We had to sell a franchise in order to make payroll. We had to sell another franchise in order to pay the rent.
It was just an absolutely terrible market.
In 1980, we lucked out and sold to 2 extraordinary business people, Frank Polsler and Walter Snyder.
Of course, we were extremely impressed. They showed us the best of the best, and we thought we could repeat that in Ontario.
We thought there was a great opportunity in the marketplace for this type of brand and this type of business model.
Dave looked at my financial statements and he said, Frank, you're broke. I said, we'll make it work.
If an accountant would have made this decision to sell us the franchise, we wouldn't be here today.
They convinced us that they could do the job, and they totally turned the company around.
Frank and Walter understood franchising. They fell in love with our concept. They opened the entire European continent for us. And overnight, they revolutionized our company.
In 1983, we did our first conference up in Northern Ontario. This guy flew in with his seaplane, and I said to Dave, you want to fly with us? No, he said, Gail, you go.
The pilot made a mistake, and so the plane went into a stall spin, crashed into the trees.
Killing the pilot and putting Gail and the other 2 passengers in the hospital for years.
Originally, they told Dave that she would be lucky to make it through the night. Even if she does come out of it, she may be a vegetable. She may never be able to walk. She may never be able to talk. He read motivational books to her. He put speakers on her head, and he played tapes to her, even though she was in a coma. And the doctor said, son, she can't hear you. He said, I'm going to keep talking to her, and I'm going to sleep here, and I'm going to be with her until she gets well. When she finally went into the rehabilitation center after she got out of the coma, they said that her hopes of ever walking were not very good. And she looked at the doctor and she said, I will walk out of here.
I can remember her appearing at the convention, this frail, 95-pound, head-shaved, wisp of a woman in a wheelchair. And she stood up in that wheelchair and waved with her other arm in a sling. Not a dry eye in the place.
She wouldn't let it take her down. And I think that ignited all of us to work even harder and harder. By the 90s, we were booming.
We started to grow at 3,000 and 4,000 agents per year, which was unheard of in our history.
At our 20th anniversary, we reached 30,000 agents. And at that point, we really started to become a factor in the country.
The agent number meant market share, meant market presence, meant advertising dollars.
The time I saw the brand really grow was when we started doing national advertising. And once that took hold in big markets and small markets, they knew what RE/MAX represented and what it was about.
The premier best agents in business, the best customer satisfaction, the best brand name awareness, the most market share, the best web presence, all these things are the RE/MAX brand.
The 90s were impacted by technology, and RE/MAX was in the forefront of that.
We became the first real estate company to have a satellite TV network.
When Dave Lineker comes up with an idea, it's going to be done first class and it's going to be done very quickly. He came up with the idea in March and he said, we will be on the air November 1st. And we were on the air November 1st.
We opened the convention at the National Association of Realtors with a huge booth, cameramen interviewing people. We made such a smash hit the first day that by the second day, 30 or 40 of our competitors all had whiteboards up in their booths that said, we too have national television coming.
That changed so many things. That took us up a level.
We had the tools to help make agents and brokers more successful than they had ever been in the past.
Our national company, our regional companies, our broker owners. We are all specialists in providing products and services to help top producers become more successful. We are totally devoted to the top producers.
By the time 2000 rolled around, RE/MAX was the significant player in the real estate industry in all of North America.
We grew into Europe and Asia, the Caribbean, into Mexico, to where we are now.
We went from country to country and started seeing the immediate success.
We were established, we were the go-to company, we had a national presence in the media.
It was inevitable we'd become number one.
We have the greatest run-up in the history of real estate. Then, boom.
Change is interesting. Some people embrace it and some people are afraid of it.
You know, back in 2006, 2007, I started to see Dave and Jess talking about how hot the market was getting.
Dave would get up in front of people and say, a slowdown is coming, get prepared.
We said, batten down the hatches. This is going to be the toughest one we've ever seen.
Dave, being the visionary that he is, realized what agents needed to do was change the focus of their business.
First, we saw the unbelievable number of foreclosures and REOs coming and said, you've got to prove to bankers you can handle REOs. It's going to be the business we have.
We saw distressed properties. Okay, let's get distressed property education out on RE/MAX University.
We started teaching the CDPE course and pushed the short sales. We went to Fannie, Freddie, FDIC, Treasury, and HUD. We helped them rewrite the short sale rules.
Let's get investors, because there's such a huge investor market, property management and rentals.
So we embraced the changes.
RE/MAX survived the difficult markets for the same reason that we prospered in the very good markets. If you have a company that's built with the very best brokers and the very best agents, it's going to prosper.
We're successful today because it comes from the top.
It's the honesty. It's the hard work. It's, hey guys, we do the right thing here. That is what Dave and Gail and Fish and Jess, that's what they believed in.
To be affiliated with the top real estate professionals in the business, the best agents, the best broker owners and managers, it's been the best 40 years of my life.
One day you look up and say, woo, wow, look at us 40 years later. But in reality, it was 40 years of days, 40 years of nights. It was a passion for the organization. It was an absolute love for the people at RE/MAX. There's no words to explain how much we appreciate the real estate agents and broker owners that work with us. They built this company. They're the best in the history of the real estate industry.
Hey, buddy, how you doing?
Doing good, man. How you doing?
Excellent. Just had a boxed lunch with a chocolate chip cookie, and it was delicious.
Did you get an apple with that?
There was an apple in there, though I did not eat it. So check it out. I had a little free time to kill. I was just seeing if you were coming to the convention this year.
I'm at the convention. Actually, just walked into the trade show.
What are you talking about? Where are you? What row are you on?
36?
36? There's only 4 rows here.
4 rows? There's like 40, 50 rows here.
Oh, maybe 40 booths. 40 rows, no.
What exhibit hall are you in?
The exhibit hall, the only one. Where are you at?
I'm in F.
F? At the state convention?
No, at the RE/MAX. That's right, you're not with RE/MAX, are you? I'm at the RE/MAX convention in Las Vegas.
Oh, the RE/MAX convention. Vegas. How's that going?
Great, man. Went to some sessions this morning, kind of seeing where the market's headed. The best part for me is all the referrals I'm making out here. You should try to do the same thing out there.
Believe me, I am trying, my friend. I'm wearing the sticker. Might be a little small, though.
Maybe you should try putting on 2 stickers.
I'll put more stickers on, definitely.
All right, man, listen, I have to do some networking, but let's get up when I get back in town, okay?
Yeah, you take, I've got networking to do too, so you take care. Okay.
All right, man. I'll talk to you later.
All right, bye-bye. So no squishy balls?
Yeah, sorry again for calling you on the weekend. Yes, sir. You can find all that on REMAX.com. I'll send you the link. Absolutely, sir. You have a good weekend. All right. Goodbye. Hey, buddy.
Don't do that. I thought you were a client or something. How's Mr. RE/MAX doing?
Good. Doing good.
Good.
Picking up supplies for the game, you know.
I see that, yeah. My wife asked me to grab a few things, so here I am.
All right. How you kids doing?
She gone?
What the hell hell are you doing?
It was one of my clients.
Okay, so?
Let's talk over there. Okay, so I'm selling her house, and I haven't talked to her in a while.
All right, we're talking what, a couple weeks?
Couple months.
What? You do know the biggest complaint against realtors is lack of communication, right?
Really?
Yeah.
Why is that?
I have no idea.
I don't have anything to update her on.
Then update her on that.
Oh, fine, I'll call her tomorrow.
Excuse me, I just need to get... Yeah, thanks.
She gone?
Meet the complainer. This complainer asserts that the RE/MAX brand is too successful, which... Oh. He's claiming it's unfair to go up against RE/MAX. Mr. RE/MAX asserts that the complainer has a point. It's the sweaty guy that fell.
A little sweaty.
Versus the RE/MAX agent that just wants to get out there and sell.
This is when I ask the questions.
You may proceed.
Sweet Mr. RE/MAX. If that's your real name.
You know that's not my name.
I know it's not, but everybody knows who you are, Mr. RE/MAX. Everybody. What with your national commercials, your ginormous conventions, all that global market share? So let me ask you something. How's the little guy supposed to compete with that?
Is he the little guy?
He's the little guy.
Well, RE/MAX is kind of the little guy too, because each RE/MAX office is independently owned and operated. I would think of us as the little guy with the big brand.
Everybody hear that? RE/MAX is the little guy and the big guy. Objection.
Are you objecting to yourself?
Sustained hearsay.
It doesn't work that way.
Leading the witness. I strike to move. Move to strike. Is a strike a pose? What is it? One of those striking things. I bust a move, Your Honor.
You're doing great.
Thank you. First time.
Are you done yet?
Yeah, I'm done with that part. But I'm just getting started, with you anyway. I'd like to bring to the court's attention and submit into evidence Mark's face. His sad, sad little real estate agent face. No, he doesn't work for RE/MAX. He doesn't. But everywhere he goes, he's surrounded by RE/MAX branding. He'll look to the left. What's there? That's a billboard. Looks to the right. Oh, it's a RE/MAX balloon for some reason. He could even leave the country, and he still sees RE/MAX everywhere. Everywhere. I submit to you, Mr. RE/MAX, why don't you like Mark?
I don't know Mark.
Exactly. Nobody does. Sure, Mark gets a sign-on bonus. Sure, Mark gets some stock options, but his phone is not ringing because without brand awareness, he has no friends. None. He's friendless. How's that make you feel, Mark? Don't answer that, because you don't have to. He feels bad.
Maybe if Mark joined RE/MAX, it'd cheer him up.
Oh, objection!
Overruled.
Sustained?
Oh, you know what? RE/MAX wins. Case closed.
May I approach the bench?
No, you may not.
Well, then you're in contempt.
You're out of order. Bailiff!
Mr. RE/MAX.
Hey, you're selling your house?
Mm-hmm.
You've been in this neighborhood, what, 20 years? You must have some nice equity.
Well, I have my top guy.